Hey, welcome to Blue Jacket Apiary. It's May 22nd. It's about 2:15 in the afternoon, and we're getting ready to do our weekend hive inspections. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a real quick peek into each hive, but I'm not going to take you along with me. I've been trying to do that since I started this adventure, and it's just difficult to do a hive inspection, a good one, a clean one, and be quick about it as well. If I have to worry about the camera and taking good pictures and all those things. So I'm not going to do that today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you which hive I'm getting into. I may take a picture or two to throw into the video, and then I'll give you the hive report, and then we'll move on to the next hive. All right. So today we're going to start with the Carniolans. They're one of the nukes I put in a few weeks ago. I'm going to take a quick look, make sure the queen's doing okay, see if the population's growing, see what I can see, and I'll be right back. All right, our check into the Carniolan this week was a good one. I got a couple, maybe 3 frames, solid brood, both sides. Really happy with it. Population seems to have grown really well, so I know I got a good queen. Some extra comb here and there. I guess you'd call it burr comb. You know, any place a bee can make comb, they're going to. They call it bee space. Oh, how you doing, honey? So I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. They're going to do that. I'll probably find that in every hive that I ever look at. Some bees tend to make a little more than others. It's just the nature of the beast. But stand by. We're going to look at the Russians next. All right, the Russians are looking really, really, really good. Population has just exploded. I had 2.5 frames that were good, solid, tight brood patterns. Even had a ton of pollen on those brood frames, which is really nice to see. Put some honey away on those same brood frames. Really nice to see. A little bit different than the Carniolans. I didn't see much stored up honey, but I did see a lot of nectar. Carniolans had more pollen saved up than the Russians. Russians got more nectar than they do pollen. And so there's a little bit of difference between the two, but that's okay. I fully expect to see some differences, which is why I got them, because I want to learn as much as I can. All right, the next one we're going to get into is my survivor from last year. If you've been around, it was a Hornet Hive, is what I named it. They're Minnesota Hygienics, a little bit different. They come from an Italian background, but they've been line bred to really go after that genetic or the behavior to get rid of varroa mite. They're really hygienic, so stay tuned. All right, so I looked at my survivor hive from last year, and as you can see, they're not happy. That's okay. I saw 2 queen cells in there. So something's wrong with that queen. They're going to replace her. That's what bees do. I'm not sure why. Don't know what's wrong with her. But they're going to replace her. That's okay, which means we'll have a brood break, and you know, the new queen will show up and she'll go out on a mating flight. So depending on where they're at in the replacement process, it could be another couple of weeks before I really start seeing another solid brood pattern in there. There's a ton of drone in there right now. Again, I'm not shocked if they're replacing the queen. They're probably going to make some drone to keep the line going. That's what they do. I'm going to look in my split and see what that's like. So stay tuned. All right. That last hive was not fun. Not the kind of hive I want to get into. They were not happy at all. It didn't matter how much smoke I used. They weren't having it. I didn't see a whole lot of brood. I mean, I saw some, but not a lot. I looked for signs that they weren't queen right. And I saw some larvae, not many. I tried to see if it was, if they had 2 eggs or 2 larvae in there, to see if it was just a laying worker, and I couldn't tell because we've had some pretty bad storms the last couple of days, and so it's a little overcast today. I mean, it's gorgeous weather, but hey, you know, obviously they're still not happy with me. but I couldn't tell. So I made the assumption that they were. I dropped all of the bees in the hive about 15 yards off of the hive. Put the hive back. Put in one of the frames from my survivor last year that had a queen cell on it. Threw it in there. And then put all the frames back in there and we'll see what happens. The shake the hive idea was something I found on the internet, so we're going to see if it's true, because I really don't want to buy a queen if I don't have to. Really? Still? You ain't happy with me? Go away. So I really don't want to have to buy a queen if I don't have to. This is something I'm going to try. We're going to see if it works, and if it doesn't, well, I may just merge those two back together and stay with 3 this year. You know, the whole thing was sort of an experiment anyhow, and we're going to see if it works. I'm sure if they don't make it, it's probably something I did. You know, so I'm not going to be mad at them. It's not their fault that I made a goober move, but it is what it is. We'll see if this works. Thanks for going along with me this week. I know it's been a little bit different, but I was able to do my inspections a little bit quicker and a little more thorough this time. Hey, be kind.